Hi Libra, this is your February 2021 tarot forecast. So this is for Libra, all Libra placements, including all 7th house placements. So basically wherever you have 7th house or Libra in your chart, you should find helpful messages here for you, Libra. Libra, 2021 February. What does Libra need to know for February 2021? Alright guys, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different reading, 6-card reading, switching it up a tiny bit. Wow, starting out nice and strong here. Very interesting power over your universe here. Wow, a couple of 3s. Looking at building quite a bit here, a couple of 9, couple of 3s. So we see a lot of creative potential here. Having to move on from a broken heart, looking for a new direction from a broken heart, something that just, we're going to qualify this area here because there's something going on. Either there's chatter in your environment that's, you know, perpetuating a broken heart here, or there's overthinking about something that just went wrong, something that felt heavy, that was obsessive. Maybe you were obsessing about, maybe that was just, felt like it should have lasted, felt like it should have taken hold, but it didn't. Or alternatively, if something did take hold that was, you know, belonged to the family or was supposed to last, or an inheritance or a legacy of some sort here, not knowing how to communicate or invest that, or even how to access it, could be what's going on here, Libra. So bottom of the deck energies, the 9 of Pentacles, are first of 2 9s. So the 9s is looking at an understanding, numerologically speaking, and the 3s are looking at sort of creativity. So you could be understanding how to apply your creativity here in a practical way. If this is a love, you know, it's a general reading, guys, but if this is a love reading for you, I would say that you're just very, very concerned, perhaps overly concerned about an attachment here, or an attachment effort was not successful, or you're just simply worried about it. It's keeping you up at night. But like I said, we'll qualify that 9 of Swords here. This is a really nice bottom of the deck energy to have. You know, this is the single, technically the single lady card, but this is really doing well for yourself. This is you or someone else or your environment, right? It's just energy. But you can see she's doing well for herself. This is a really nice, hard-working energy. You get to share the benefits of your labor, but you get to show off here. You get to be seen. Not in the same sense as like the 6 of Wands, like other people are celebrating you, but you're celebrating yourself here. So there's a real nice heightened self-esteem here, and understanding of yourself, and appreciation of yourself and for yourself. So you're really coming across as someone, or this energy, you know, underneath all of these other messages for the month for you, are just really looking at a sense of, you know, self-respect and hard work and just refinery. Like you are able to show something off here. In the recent past, we have the Magician. That's what we're starting out with here. So this is where I know that if you've accomplished something in your recent past here through, you know, manifestation power, that you can do this again. So your recent past really can be, you know, I would consider this a superpower right now. This is your cape. You can throw this sort of over your shoulders and really feel assured here that if you've accomplished something through hard work, through your own sense of diligence and knowledge, like what exactly you wanted to bring about, you can do this here again. So your recent past could be coming around again. This is Mercury energy. Mercury, of course, is the mind. This could be what's taking place down here. I think manifestation power is so high here as well that you could bring about what you think about fairly rapidly in the month of January. We do have a Mercury retrograde. A lot of planets are going into Aquarius here as well. So there's a lot of fixed mind potential. What you fixate on the most is what you could potentially here readily see manifested. So, you know, just be aware of what you're thinking here. because it could manifest itself pretty quickly. Mercury also rules Gemini and Virgo, so we have first and sixth house placements being affected here as well. So third house is short-term travel, surface learning, so the beginning of an education, or it can be sisters and brothers or immediate family. And then sixth house is work, surface, health, and habits. Also a sense of refinery as well, because by the time you have that Virgo manifestation energy, you have something that's going to completely change the way you operate, right? So here in the situation for the month for you is the Three of Wands, right? It sits atop of the Three of Swords. So you're really looking for something else. You're looking for a different outcome here. You need to see some return for what you've put in. And like I said, it sits atop of this Three of Swords, whereas the Magician here sat atop of the Ten of Pentacles. So here's where and the Nine is the bottom of it. So here's where I see, this Pentacle energy. You brought something to fruition by thinking so much about it and knowing exactly what it was going to look like and feel like, etc., that it's almost like you need to get, say, out of the headspace here, but what's next? Because you could still be here in this broken heart space in terms of what you think, or this could be communication, what you're talking about, what you're reading about, that type of thing, learning about, etc. So you want something else. It could be that this was so heartbreaking that you want to know, how do I avoid this in the future? So it could, if there is a learning potential here, or what's next, it could be more about how to avoid a broken heart, or how to avoid having another difficult or heartbreaking experience here. So the reason for it is the Devil. So, this is Capricorn energy, but this is fixation, it's obsession, it's addiction. Technically, this could just be overemphasis. It could be addiction or obsession over, something, worry. It sits atop of the Nine of Swords, so it could just be fixation on something not going right, as opposed to, guess what, something going great. So again, just manifestation power, mental prowess. I would say if this is a person or an energy, this would be someone who was extremely attractive to you. We do have sort of the shadow side of a soulmate. We have the shadow side of a major decision. Perhaps you feel like you decided wrong here. I do see the Devil as the shadow of, say, the Lovers, for example. Not everyone does. You don't even have to. I typically don't. But I'm seeing it here as a shadow to a decision that you just wanted to work out differently, that you wanted to see end differently. You wanted to talk about this or experience this differently. Capricorn also rules the 10th house. So even though this is the 15th card, it does equal a 6. The 6 is 6th house here, back with Virgo. But Capricorn rules the Devil card, and Capricorn is the 10th house. This is status, right? This is your marital status, your social status, how you're seen. So it could be about a close relationship. It could be about a legacy or a family issue here as well, right? Even if it's not your status, it's someone's status. Single or married or attached or obsessed, as it were. It could just be related to the real world as well, like having your feet planted in the real world, and how to go about that in a way that you feel good about. You might even be feeling guilty here for having wealth or receiving a legacy or an inheritance here, or you're unhappy with it for some reason, or it caused some more sort of upset. We're going to get more information there in a second, but if that's the case, really try to push that to the side, because an inheritance is an inheritance. A legacy is a legacy. It's handed down to you. It is just the way it is. Maybe the way you invest it could be causing some worry or concern. You could be having some discussion or disappointment around that. But in the terms of what to expect or do here is legacy. So this is really going to talk about investments, legacy, long-term investments, family, your home, children, grandchildren. This could very well be a relationship, right? It's a general reading, but Libra, this could be about where you're putting your time and efforts and energy, and what do you want to see for it? How serious are you and this other person or other people about what you want to invest in, your vision for the future. Your advice or pitfall here is, yeah, you want to, you can acknowledge this broken heart, but let it go at the same time. Again, when I see a 3, I do see creativity. So you could use this, believe it or not, this pain or heartache. If you are the creative type or an artist yourself, you can use this, right, to your advantage. You can create from this or level up or, change your expectations here. And then with the probable outcome is the 9 of Swords. Here, we're going to qualify that now here, guys. 9 of Swords is talking about sleeplessness, anxiety, generally speaking, sleeplessness, anxiety, excessive worry, living in the head, going in circles, whether you're talking about this in your own head or with other people. Swords always is communication. And it could be, and again, you might be reading a book about something that just, you're churning something over and over in here. It doesn't have to be even in your own head or between you and someone else or a counselor or anything. It can just be revisiting something or looking at YouTube videos about something that's just like dragging on and it's like not helping at this point. It's causing anxiety. Tell me more about the outcome. 9 of Swords. Why is the 9 of Swords the outcome for Libra? Outcome, 9 of Swords. Yeah, these are all progressive. They all came out like this. So it just means this is what needs to be looked at. There is a couple, okay? Either you or someone else. A grown man and a grown woman, a mature couple. Again, with the Pentacles, this is investment, long-term. This is banking, possessions, what's important, values, valuables, lifestyle. Defending yourself, feeling defensive about this. Of this couple being defensive around you, about this investment, about this family situation. Perhaps a mother and father. If you are the child, perhaps you are the mother or the father of a child who's involved in, or a grandchild. And then, so these are all qualifying the 9 of Swords, and then the 2 of Swords, which is, you really need to trust your judgment. You really need to follow your heart. Overthinking is not solving the problem here. Waiting for someone to come to the rescue is not an option. Refusing to see something the way it really is not the way forward. So yeah, intuition could be very helpful for you right now as well. Let's get your oracle cards for you guys. So overall, like not a difficult reading or anything for you, Libra. Just, whoa. Yeah, wow, look at that. Chaos and conflict. I mean, could just be about you leveling up, coming into your own, becoming independent. You could be leaving a relationship. You could be leaving a partnership. I would say a relationship, not necessarily partnership. I don't have any 2s except for the Sword. Yeah, I mean, technically I'm seeing family, but you know what? The workplace. Sometimes we feel like we work with family. Sometimes our friends feel like family. Whatever you describe family as. I do see a family issue here, though. Someone's status. What to do about it, next steps to take, that type of thing. All right, and it is a general reading, so, apply these messages as you see fit. But Libra, nothing terribly difficult or just one please. Terribly challenging, but I do think there is going to be an opportunity to manifest very quickly, as I said at the very beginning there. And I would just be aware of your thoughts and emotions. All right, guys. So we have love yourself first. Oops. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Yeah, I mean, you could just have to get back into the vibe of yourself. Really feeling, like I said, self-esteem, self-respect. I think if you start from there, you're going to have a fantastic time getting over this hurdle. These are minor arcanas, by the way. When I say there's some heartache and what do I expect, this is just about like, where are you putting your attention? Because minor arcanas, in my estimation, are very easily moved. Like these feelings or attitudes or even personalities or energies, however you want to look at this, if you're below a page, And if you're not dealing with major arcanas, these are easily maneuverable. So you could even have an aha moment here, guys. If you stay creative and if you keep your eye on the prize, keep your eye on a little bit, 1 foot in the future is what I would suggest for February. Hummingbird is joy. This is actually my favorite card out of this whole deck. Hummingbird is joy. So I would remember joy, remember the fine things, the good things. You know, gratitude could be very, very important for you here as well. If you have to be defensive about something, be defensive about, you know, the right thing, something that's valuable, valuable to you. And if someone does try to get, excuse me, if someone does try to get through to you in a way that, excuse me, that does not feel logical here, I would bypass it. Maybe don't accept someone's talking points. Maybe go with your intuition at this time. We actually have no cups for you in your reading, as you noticed. So maybe just come a little bit from a heart space this month. Could help release you at least from some of this heartache or heaviness. Chaos and conflict, I consider this to be sort of similar to basically any 5 in the tarot. Chaos and conflict. It's just a matter of change. It's supposed to happen. We have to go through this to get to the next level. So there's going to be significant changes here for you. But I think you can release something permanently here as well, if you truly want to. If you see the value in releasing it, right? And then nature. What is your nature? What is the nature of someone else? What is the nature of the circumstance? Can you change someone's nature? Can you change your own? I mean, in terms of applying force over an environment as well, I think there's something to remember with in terms of force versus power, right? We only ever have power over ourselves, and nature is a force. So if we can have some sort of respect for what is and some compassion for what isn't, both in ourselves and the people in our lives or the circumstances we're in, then we can sort of create that healthy balance where we can see the value in chaos while looking forward to, like I said, that 1 foot in the future where there's joy, there's peace, there's something lighter ahead. So I think you've got this, Libra. I really think you do. Don't let someone else's drama, especially if it's a couple, even if it's your parents or if it could be your child and you're the parent, don't let someone argue over you or you argue over them. At least until the end of the month here. See if you can wait till March if you need to make a heart-based decision. But keep your eye on the prize for sure. So Libra, that is your reading. I really appreciate you joining me. If that resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video for your sign. Bye for now.